So, hello everybody. Today we've got another unboxing, so they're coming thick and fast. I'm unboxing Warfighter, the Tactical Special Forces card game by DVG. It's the second edition, 2014. It had kind of, I don't know, probably passed me by for some reason. I don't really know why, because you know that I'm a war gamer and you know that I love card games, so you have a card game that's a war game, so what could possibly go wrong? Having said this, of course, what could possibly go wrong is that you lose this game because it's quite a difficult game. And Geek Gamers told me in a private communication that she's never once won it. She has lost it in very many different ways. But every time it seemed like the losing part was exciting. And I think that the one playthrough that we have from Rick Royal on his channel is also a loss. But still, I mean, you saw me lose so many times at all kinds of games, and most recently Space Infantry, where I lost the first scenario like so badly. But Solar McLaughlin just breezed through it. So whenever you have a game where luck is involved, and luck will be involved in this because you've got card draw and dice rolling, you can lose. But that doesn't make any difference to me as long as I have the feeling that I'm on a journey and that there is a narrative behind it. So let's just see what's on the box. At the back, you see some of the cover, some of the artwork of the cards. It says here it's got 240 full color cards, 2 sheets of color counters, 4 dice. The dice will be quite special. It's got a 17-inch by 33-inch tactical display. Okay, so this is the one that comes with, I'm not sure if everybody got a player mat with this one, and full color rules booklet. Let's see. Tight box, tightly packed, quite heavy actually, sturdy and nice. So here we've got our rules booklet. It is, as I said, full color, 2 columns. Optional rules. There's also the possibility of playing a campaign, and this is what intrigues me about it, because like Space Infantry, you put together a group of people who will be going into the battle, and they're all different. They have different abilities. They even have names, unlike in Space Infantry where they're just called A, B, C. These people have names, and you basically put together your troops. You fit them out, which is very important. You decide what kit you give them, and you have points, like in Space Infantry, that you then can spend. And that's what I find really intriguing as well, because in other war games, like, you know, Hex Encounters, you just have your chits and you just send them in, and they're all like, you know, worst case scenario, they're all just NATO designated troops, and, you know, there's a lot of distance. Whereas here you play the leader of the group, and whenever a car references you, the leader is your avatar, so that's very different. So you have here a sample mission as well. I really like that when they do it. And card keywords, so everything that you would like to see here. And of course information on what else you can get there. It's solo, so this is a solitaire game. Ooh, nice, it's got a mounted map. Because I saw, I think, was it Single-Handed Warfare who looked at this, and it was quite flimsy. This one actually has a mounted map, which is also why the thing is so heavy. And it's fairly large, 17 by 23 inches. It just about fits my table, which is good. So this is the table that I play on when I'm in my living room. It's actually a chest where I keep games. What a surprise. And I can't really show you this, but the way this works is you put the cards, these are locations, and you put them down here. What I did never understand is why they actually turn them sideways, because the cards are actually portrait, but these locations are landscapes, so you have to turn them over. So whenever you read them, you have to crane your neck. So I won't be doing this. I will actually put them up portrait. So that's very nice. I'm really looking forward to this, and I also like the artwork on it. It's, you know, and also this game is available for the Second World War. So there's a Second World War edition, which I decided not to buy because I wanted to have modern warfare. So here you've got the chits that they were speaking about. This seems to be number 107. So 107, Dan, I've got your 107. So information, because you assign numbers to your troop members, and then when they are targeted by the enemy, you draw chits and decide. So you draw them blindly and decide who. Well, you don't decide. You draw blind chits to see who gets targeted by the enemy. More chits. Some of which are a bit self-explanatory. This is obviously a grenade. These are your avatars. These are the soldiers, up to 8. It works on an action system, so each person has a certain number of actions, and when they have performed their action, you just simply turn it over so you can tell who's acted and who hasn't. And here comes the meat. Okay, so this is not the one where you have the funny dice. Okay, because there was... this could maybe have been something that had to do with a Kickstarter or something where they had dice that looked like bullets, which was really cool, but I felt it was a bit difficult to roll them. So we've got normal dice, you've got D10s and D6s and 1D6. So let's see what we've got. We've got different types of cards. So we've got the Warfighter action deck. These are your action cards. These are the cards that you draw from. It also contains the locations. And here are the hostiles for the jungle warfare and the Middle East. So here you also have your squaddies. So let's just open this and take a look at the cards themselves. The artwork, as far as I've seen, I don't know if I've seen the second edition, but the artwork that I've seen from other people's playthroughs is really good. It's photographs, which I'm in two minds about. Sometimes I actually prefer drawn cards, but then again, we've all seen Firefly Legendary Encounters, and that's a terribly drawn piece of art. So this is Baines. And here you have information about him. And these are actually real people. These are actual US soldiers. Veteran, gain 1 extra action each soldier turn. Start with 2 XP. Stone 3. And also what they can do. So here you've got their health, loadout, how much they can carry, and unarmed, what their combat stats are. And these are soldier cards, they have a different back. So you have, let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 soldier cards. These are now... these are still Middle East objective cards. So you of course have to achieve an objective. You want to do something, you want to go somewhere, you want to there's got to be a reason why you're there. Objective cards for the Middle East, mission cards for the jungle, mission cards for the Middle East. Then we've got the objective cards for the jungle. So we've got 3 and 3. So we've got 3. And here you would have an example of Warfighter action deck card, which is actually a location. So you basically draw this card and then you can decide if you want to play it. And then entrance cost means how much movement do you need to spend to get there. And also you have to spend XP to play it even. It's a structure. It tells you how many hostiles you can expect or you have to draw. And this depends on the mission points you've spent. So how much have you invested in your troops? How valuable are your troops? Like, you know, valuable in terms of how much... let's see if I can find this. Yeah, this guy is worth 10 points because he's... and this one is 6 points, and probably the veteran is 29 points. So as you can see, if you only have 41 mission points, you could get him and then 12 things. So he would probably 12 points of equipment. So he would probably be on his own, which wouldn't be a good idea. So you have here examples of locations, private homes, thick vegetation. So this is all Middle East. This is key to the Middle East. And I guess you would have the same for the jungle, yes. Rappelling, trail, stream, incline, choke point, kill zone, and so on and so forth. And now, okay, this is also a location for the Middle East. And these are now actions that you can take. So for example, you've got a suppress action. And this is what I meant by you have an avatar. Play after you, or in square brackets, any soldier. So you can also use it for other people in your group. Rolls for a hostile card's attack. Discard 1 ammo from a weapon or 1 expendable that can attack the hostile. Cancel the attack. Let's see. No. What else we have? More suppress, on point. Village, that's again a jungle location. Take cover. Steady aim. Combined fire. Prepared fire. Advance. Snapshot. Move out. Shake it off, reloading, sniper support. Then let's look at the hostile cards. Suicide bomber. So these would be your the cards that you draw when you have to encounter hostiles. There are also events. Refugees are obviously not hostiles. And the number of crosshairs actually means how many there are of them. So here you would have 2. So this would be jungle now, lookout, thug. And here we are. Again, Middle East. So more hostiles. Then we have the skill cards. And another soldier card. So that would be another person we can add to our group going in. Then we have skill cards. So things that you can add for a price, obviously, to your soldiers to give them additional possibilities. Then we've got, of course, equipment cards. First aid kit, ACOG site, a canteen, kneel, elbow pads, and molly. So basically what you have to do is you have to give them to people and you have to pay. So you use your points for those. These are also still Warfighter action cards, so they will go over here. And then we've got, of course, also everybody needs to get weapons, so you have different weapons. And as you can see, once you divide them up, you can see that there aren't that many cards of, you know, like there isn't that much going on in the Middle East. This would be the Middle East stack. So that's what you've got here. This is the jungle stack. And this is also part of the action deck. So you see there aren't actually that many cards. So there's a lot more going on in the Middle East than there is in the jungle, it seems. And as you can also see from the when we look through the action cards, there is you know, there are multiples of the same card, so there isn't, I would say, that much going on there. Which is also why, of course, they decided to bring out really handy expansion packs, and I was able to get one because I only had one available at my friendly online game store. And I just took what they had, and it was called Expansion 1 Reloading. I have no idea what's inside, so we'll just take a look. I'm just curious why it's so long. This is what I was talking about. These are the... now I know. They come with the expansion. These are actually these D10s. So I rolled a 7, and this would be a D6. And I rolled a 6. Okay, so this is how they work. So here we've got a deck of cards. We've got more soldiers. So it gives you an additional person to add, at least one, maybe there are more, we'll see. Because like I said, I just, because you always have to pay shipment, of course, and it's always around £10, which is 12 euros. So you might just as well put in as much as you like. So here we've got another soldier, no, more than that. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 additional soldiers. We've got another mission and another objective and an action card. It's an additional location and additional locations for the jungle as well. You have additional things that you can, additional actions, double tap, cautious, whiskey, tango, foxtrot, I love that one. Squad attack. Then more weapons. These would be equipment cards and skills. And also for good measure, We have more for the hostile deck, and in the Middle East, a lot more for the hostile deck. So essentially there is more in the hostile deck for the Middle East than there is for the jungle, but that's fine. At least this is how it looks to me, and it's definitely more in there. But this is Warfighter, the second edition Modern Warfare, for the Middle East and the jungle. And I am going to do a playthrough, but first of all, as you know, I have to sleeve the cards because it's like clipping counters. You cannot play card games without having sleeved the cards, and you can't play a war game without having clipped the counters. So I hope this was of interest to you, and I look forward to speaking to you in the not too distant future. I'm trying to do a playthrough this weekend of a hex encounter game called Invaders from Dimension X, which is really hilarious, and I hope you will join me for that too. Bye.